later when it's over, get to really know a different side of you. That's aside from your passions, your career, like
Hmm.
who is Janice apart from all of that?
And just so
Um,
you're aware, Samina, the format rules apply right now. You see that, right?
yeah.
19 seconds live.
Okay, 19 seconds live. Yeah. So, well, let me just tell you yeah, well, we are live now. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, it's like again, I haven't done this in a while. So, I guess like, I just ask you, how is your morning? Like, what's your routine like in the morning?
I'm definitely not a morning person. I would rather just like lie in bed and just think about things and get up on leisurely and have my breakfast, have my shower. But unfortunately, I do have to go to work every day. I have to make a living.
Mm,
Everybody's got to make a living. So, yeah,
mm,
that's. But I love my weekends.
yeah. So you also work on the weekends? Because it every day. Does that mean weekends as well?
No, I try not to work on the weekends. There's
Mm,
times when I have to do paperwork and stuff, but
yeah.
no, I don't want to work on the weekends at all. I want my weekends are my time
Yeah. What do you normally do on the weekends? Like that you enjoy
that I enjoy. I like
or don't enjoy? Whatever.
I love going out in the woods, hiking,
Mm,
that type of thing. Um I love being near the water. Like I live close to the lake, so I will go out to the water and just sit and listen to the water and meditate and think about things that are you know in my day. I that's what I love to do.
yeah, yeah. Well, if you think this doesn't go into your passions, because that's a form of a level 11, not talk about our passions, but what kind of things, I don't know if you can answer this in that kind of way where it doesn't go off the format, but what kind of things do you like to meditate about in general?
Um, I like to get clarity on my life.
Mm,
Sometimes there's so much going on. This world is very, very fast, and
yeah.
sometimes I just get confused as to my direction, my where I should go, what I should do, my passions in my life. So I like to meditate, especially by the water. It makes me feel calm and talk to spirit and ask directions for my life.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I got like I've never when I say meditate, I guess for me, like every morning I have this routine. Both Scott and I do. I wake up now. Imagine I'm not a morning person, but Monday to Friday, I wake up at 4 a.m. That's the routine. 4 a.m. Right? And you think, well, I probably go to bed early at 9 a.m. No, not always. In fact, that's hardly the case. Sometimes I'll go to bed at 12 or whatever. But wake up at 4 a.m. and we go to the gym, and I love to just Scott does his thing with the sauna whatever, and I just love to just walk around the track and listen to music, and that's like my morning kind of meditation,
Mm.
before I get back into the groove of the day work or whatever. So we've been doing that ongoingly, like every single day for now it's been 4 months, because we wanted
Oh.
to create this exercise habit. Because whenever, say in the past, I'm gonna like, go for a run, jog every day or do exercise every day, maybe do it for like 2 weeks and then I always fall off the wagon, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then one time it was like Son and I were like, okay, this is, we got to create a habit, because it just helps me mentally as well, my mind, and, as it just helps just with the flow of everything, getting, getting clarity, right? And I
Mhm.
realized, like, I just felt in my body. It wasn't so much about being fit or whatever. For me, it was just like I wanted to feel good again,
Yeah.
right? And all of a sudden, talk about spirit or whatever. I'm sitting and I share with Scott. We're having a meeting. I'd like to really create a habit or routine on exercise. And that's how it
Mm.
all came about. And so, so yeah, we went to like register with this gym and then create like, okay, every day, this is what we're doing. And it's been doing it now for like 4 months or so straight since April. On Saturday and Sundays, it's a bit later because the gym doesn't open till 7 a.m. Where on the weekdays it opens at 5 a.m. So wake up at 4, we're there at 5, right?
Wow.
And the weekends wake up at maybe 6, so we can be there for 7, right when it opens. And yeah, like yes, I'm not more. So it takes me a while to get revved up in the mornings, but I find maybe also I've been having more since I've started the exercise routine, and I'm just realizing this as I'm talking to you. I've been having more of like I don't have a heavy breakfast, but as they say, whether it's true or not, you believe it or not, but they do. It's a saying you may have heard it. Breakfast is the most important part of the day, right?
Yeah.
And so I've been having a little bit more of a breakfast in the day. Like I come back and then, I kind of continue my meditation before I start into whatever computer bill or have an
Mhm.
appointment or whatever, right? The technology when your head gets back into that space. I just like to kind of sit here in the office, which is a den, and it's really gorgeous because there are windows and stuff. And I like windows. I love brightness,
Yeah,
and just
me too.
have my coffee and or toast or cereal before my mind gets revved up. And I'll know when it's revved up when it's ready to just get into work, right?
Right.
Yeah, unless I have like an early appointment or whatever, which it's just some at 7 or something, then I gotta force myself to get revved up sooner. But it just happens naturally.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back on that routine right now because I like starting my days early, even if it's just meditating. You feel like
Mhm.
there's this whole day in front of you, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
What time do you normally wake up in the mornings?
My clock radio goes off around 6,
Okay.
and but it, excuse me, I don't usually get out of bed till 6:30.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like to just lie there, and I lie there with my cat. My cat is
Mm.
my baby, and he comes to me in the morning and cuddles up to me. So we have
Aw,
kitty cuddle time, and
so sweet. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't have any pets. I think one day, like I always envision, or not envision, but I don't know if really I would go for it, but in my fantasy world, I'd love to because I love little puppies.
Mm,
Have a dog, right? So that would be really cool. I know it's
yeah.
a little bit more work to take care of. Have you ever had dogs before or just a cat?
No, always cats.
Mm.
Yeah, since we were kids, we've had cats, and so I've always had cats. And my cat is actually 20 years old.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, he's been
Yeah,
with me a long time.
yes, it's like he's your best buddy.
He is, he is. Yeah, yeah. I live
Yeah,
on my own, so I have my cat to keep me company.
yeah. Well, dogs can be great. I mean, not pets can be great therapy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. What color is he?
Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's black with
Mm.
green eyes, and he's long haired.
Oh, so lots of fur.
Lots of fur. Yeah. Yeah, definitely
Lots of
lots
fur.
of fur around. Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably easier to take. I've never had like indoor cats as pets, but I can imagine from what I know, I've learned they're easier to take care of than dogs, right? Require less
Hmm.
attention. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have to worry about taking him out for walks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't normally. He used to want to go out all the time when he was younger, not so much anymore.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he pretty much sleeps all day now.
Hmm. They're probably still great to cuddle with.
Oh yeah, yeah. He loves to come up right beside me and right beside my head, and then he lays down and starts purring, and it's like, okay, cuddle me.
Yeah, they have a mind of their own.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you wake up on the weekends like around the same time, 6:30 or kind of later?
Um, I try to wake up later. Sometimes my cat wants me up earlier, but yeah, I like to sleep in at least till 7:30 or so.
Yeah.
On Sundays, I do yoga in the mornings. I do the a yoga, a hot yoga, um,
Mm,
stretch, and I really like that too. It really just makes me feel so good, and stretches my body out, and from sleeping all night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be really just helpful. You're right, just like because your body's like in one position all night, just to kind of
Hmm.
stretch it out. And like for me, it is just like it's walking. I love the movement, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's how I guess my stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what kind of foods do you like, or is there anything in particular? Any like favorites, or are you, when I say like I say, food is life. Do you really enjoy food, or do you mainly just kind of eat food to survive?
I know I enjoy food.
Yeah.
That is a passion with me. I love trying new things. I love trying new restaurants,
Mm,
different ethnics, just the flavors of everything, the
yeah.
different flavors of everything. And I'm I am a vegetarian, but um, it has been a difficult struggle for me. I've grown up eating meat.
Mm,
So it's been the transition to vegetarianism has been something that sometimes I fall back, and depending, especially I'm out and about during the day in my car, so I'm where I work. I'm out traveling around, so it's like if I don't have food with me, I have to buy something. So
mm,
sometimes vegetarian options are not, an option. So
yeah. Limited.
yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been a vegetarian for? Like you made that transition?
Um, Off and on, it's probably been about a year or so, maybe a little bit
Mm,
longer. Like I say, um, I would say I'm probably 85% vegetarian because, again, I sometimes have to revert back to,
mm.
something that's available during the day.
What inspired you to become a vegetarian? Was it like just a personal choice or a
Yeah,
life
personal.
event?
No, not a life event, just a personal choice.
Mhm.
Feeling that eating, I guess, more aware of what eating meat means, and
Hmm.
seeing that, um, the the animals, that
Hmm.
they are suffering things that I guess we never knew back then, or maybe they didn't do it back then. Maybe, the way the world has gone these days, that you see these videos of the way they treat these animals, and
Hmm.
yeah, so that is probably the main reason why.
Okay. Yeah. Some of that personal choice. Yeah. But what is kind of your favorite or your favorites? Because I know sometimes it's hard to have one favorite, but yeah, vegetarian food or dish that you really like or enjoy.
I like the bowls, like with the quinoa and the
Mm,
different vegetables. I love grilled vegetables. I've learned to barbecue those big mushrooms, and they're almost
Mm.
like having a burger. And then, they got the burger options too now, where,
Yeah.
I used to think, oh my God, becoming vegetarian is so hard because I love my burger. And now, now there's burger options. You don't have to actually have a burger, and they taste good. They taste like burger. So
Yeah, they have like veggie burger, right? Wonder how they make those. So that's pretty probably comes in handy and convenient.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I remember for myself, well, when I was more of a teenager, younger, I kind of like switched to vegetarian, but it
Hmm.
was more for me because I had, this obsessive thoughts for eating, right? Like I didn't want to put on weight. So it was more of an eating disorder thing. So I would just like stick to, not eating meat. And then there was only so long I could go on, like, because I wasn't really, like, I'd be eating salad and crackers, right? Things like that. And then somehow, I don't remember like when, but I just couldn't, take it. And I just started eating meat, but I don't eat a lot of meat.
No.
Like I can go maybe a week or a couple of days without eating meat.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, it's not like I gotta have meat every day, right? But I remember, yes, being a vegetarian for quite some time. But for me, I guess, I don't know, maybe you can kind of shed some light, like being, switching to vegetarian, you gotta have certain foods, I'm sure, to compensate, right? For energy, I'm sure, for nutrition.
Yeah.
So do you have like a certain, like what do you need to kind of eat? And this is just me learning because I don't know. If you are vegetarian, you're taking meat out of your diet. So yeah, what kind of things do you need to eat to compensate just to get all the nutrients and stuff?
Lentils,
Mhm.
hummus, that type of thing. But last year, I received a great cookbook, and it was a vegetarian cookbook, and
Mhm.
it had a lot of soups, so a lot of lentil soups, vegetable soups, and they're really, really good. And
Mhm.
they're quick recipes. They're easy to do. They have a lot of things like squash and sweet potatoes and that type of thing, and then the lentils. And I find them really, really good. I don't eat that much of it in the summer, but now that the weather is getting colder, I'm going to
Yeah.
start making those all the time.
Making me hungry, like I want to have a soup. Yeah, yeah, there are some really great soups now, right? That can be filling
Hmm.
like a meal almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So do you find just switching to vegetarian, that, like your energy is the same, like it doesn't affect, your energy or anything like that, not eating meat?
No.
Your system's got used to it, I'm sure, for doing it for about a year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, my energy is the same, really.
Mhm.
It's I actually feel healthier,
Mhm.
and I just feel better now
Yeah,
that I am. Yeah.
yeah. Do you like, is there a favorite type of ethnic dish you like? Or
Oh
you're
God.
more fond of, or pretty much all kinds? Like, what are
um,
some of your favorites?
okay, so Thai, the Arabic, um, um, Indian. I love Indian food. I was at an Indian wedding a couple of years back, and the host, the bride's mom, it was a buffet, and she had this green. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. It's like a spinach dish with tofu in it, and it just looked absolutely horrendous. And I just thought, oh my God, I can't eat that.
Yeah.
But I ate it, and it was absolutely delicious. And
Mhm.
it was just the look of it. But
Mm.
and since then, when I go to Indian restaurants, I order it, because it is. It's a really delicious dish. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're familiar with it. It's like kind of squished up spinach. I don't know.
No, I don't think I am, unless if I see it. I mean, I like Indian food too. I like my spices in food. I don't like food blend. Even if when I would have fish, I'd like to add like these different kind of spices, right, to make it
Hmm.
tastier.
Yeah.
But yeah, Indian weddings. Has that been your first Indian wedding you've been to, or have you gone to,
No, that
others?
was my first Indian wedding,
Pretty
and
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Not that we're promoting Indian weddings, but they can be very different and very festive and have all these rituals and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I did. And I love the way the women got dressed up. Like I love I'm a bling queen. I am. I'm a bling
Mm.
queen. And I love the golds and the silks and just the way they dress. I just think it's so beautiful. I would love to wear that type of clothing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, just the colors, and you can get all kind of like just different styles, right? The clothings are just
Hmm.
so beautiful. In fact, Scott, he had this trend where he was, for a while, he all he bought was they called it Indian, the men's clothing, Indian,
Oh yeah.
and he would wear those because he found it so comfortable, and he really like. I remember when say we were going out on a walk or something and would pass by, some guys who were wearing like were Indian, and they were wearing these, they're calling them kurtas. And Scott would stop and say, "Where did you get that from? I want one of those." And then we now then went to these Indian stores, and he would buy a bunch of them. And he went through that. I think there was one summer. What was it? Last one, some before, maybe last summer or something. And he went through that trend where all he would buy was Indian clothes. He still has them, right? He can mix match because the pants are very comfortable. Only
Hmm.
the string was kind of complex. Sometimes it would come out and it would be like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, he would tell me about it. But so yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just thought
Yeah.
I'd share that. But I love Indian clothing too. I mean, I don't really I guess you can make the opportunity out of anything, but I still have some Indian clothing, and on occasion, or if I see the opportunity, I wear them, right? If I'm going to an Indian function, which is not often now, or a wedding or whatever, or say someone's place where I can wear something Indian, then I'll wear it. But a lot of the Indian clothings now, they don't look so much Indian, you know what I mean? Like you can
Hmm.
mix match and,
Yeah.
just go out anywhere, right?
Hmm. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love I would love to get a sari and have it made into like with the sleeves and just, with the beautiful golds and
Mm,
different coloring yeah, yeah. I would
yeah.
love one of those.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I've never worn a sari before.
No? Really?
No, if people ask, I haven't, but you get some really gorgeous ones, right? Even now,
Mm.
more that are more modern. I've
Mhm.
never had or worn a sari before.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I
Wow.
wouldn't know how to put one on, like if it's the traditional ones.
Mhm.
Of course, I would need some help with that. Especially if you have to probably go to the washroom, I can't imagine how complicated that would be, but
Yeah, I never thought about that, but
yeah, yeah, but yeah, there's some really gorgeous ones too. Yeah, talking about Indian clothing and Indian food. So what
mhm.
else do you like to do? Or like,
I like to dance. I'm a dancer. I've been dancing
mm,
for 40 something years. So,
nice.
yeah, so I really enjoy that. I really enjoy um I just um I'm they say when you're a dancer. Like it's not something I do, it's something that I am.
Hmm.
So, I don't know if I
It's
can
interesting.
explain
Yeah.
that, but yeah, it's something that is just part of me. And um, as I age, a lot of people have a lot of problems with their feet or their knees or their um,
Hmm.
you know, uh, just with getting older. And I find that the more I dance, I don't have those problems that, people my age do. So I feel very fortunate that I have found something that I love so much that
Hmm.
is keeping me healthy and fit and fluid in the way um, I move and fluid in, just like the function of my body.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see that's very, like just being able to have your physical health all intact. That's a lot of freedom, right?
Mhm.
Particularly like even lately, like as reflecting, just I'm at like, yeah, when you just, reflect on life, like you have, your legs working, your hands working, and that's like just such a blessing,
Mhm.
especially lately because I have a, aging grandmother in her 90s, and right now, she cannot walk, right, because of her muscles. So she's on a wheelchair, and we just put her in a nursing facility, a nursing home, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see the positive in it, right? Just getting her
Mhm.
that connection and having her be as happy as can be. And I just, have still, there's always that belief that one day she'll, with the belief and the encouragement that she'll be able to get her mobility back again. As hopeless as it may seem, I just believe that in my mind, right? From
Right.
all my
Yeah.
mindset, from all that, just the, also my journey too, with just that belief, that nothing's impossible.
Right. And I have that belief too. And
Yeah.
I really too do believe that.
Mhm.
We um we are the keepers of our own destiny. And
Mhm.
if we really believe that we can do something, we can do it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
very strong about the manifestation and the law of attraction.
Mhm. Yeah. And I had to kind of watch myself. I'm like, oh, I just mentioned mindset. That could be going into my passion. So I kind of reverse the conversation. So I'm also catching myself, right? Like I
Oh,
said, I
okay.
could be very discreet. But yeah, speaking about that, like I'm just more, just as you reflect, like even going into the home and seeing all these other people like on wheelchairs or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But then again, they make the best of it. And it's like, I think like life does not have to be depressing for them. They can be on a wheelchair and life can be awesome, right? It's
Yeah.
like how you
I don't know. I find most of them, if you go in there, most of them are very depressed. Most of them
mm,
are just kind of sitting there and not really living life anymore. And I
yeah,
find that really sad.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think like I guess in my case for my grandmother, whenever I go and visit her, I just try and or when Scott comes with me or as my ride, just kind of to cheer things up, right? I'll give her some, I'm coming back soon, giving her, okay, something to look forward to. And they have these, different activities where they get them involved in. So I'm trying to encourage my parents to, have her get involved in that just to stimulate her mind, right? Because she's
Hmm.
also got delirium and, dementia there, like onset.
Yeah.
So, but I believe like her mind's totally not gone completely. So it's just with,
Hmm.
And this may be a passion project of yours, so maybe just
okay.
kind of move it somewhere else now.
All right. Thanks, Scott. There you go. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to say like you just learn to appreciate more of, what we have, right? Our mobility
Hmm.
and the freedom, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah, I almost broke my own rule there. Is there anything you want to ask me? Like again, this can be a two-way street. Like don't really think that it's not an interview or it's not meant to be an interview at all. So if there's any questions you'd like to ask me, keeping it more of a conversational, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we always say when the guest is nervous at all, just ask Samina a question, get her talking.
What do you do? Like, is that okay to ask? What you do?
Absolutely can't answer that, but you can answer it a different way. Just translate the question in some weird way for yourself.
Oh, you're saying with me, Scott, or with Jen?
Yeah, of course. What do? You just answer that question without answering it in the way you would have answered it. So what do you do when you're not doing the stuff you would have answered it by?
Okay, well, how do I answer that? What do I do? Just need to pause here for a bit without.
I'll give you a clue. She watches soap operas.
Okay, yeah. Well, not going into the work side of things, of what business side, but I love my soap operas. That's like a treat, my getaway. I love seeing also like rich stuff on TV. Just like getting into that world. I like watching suspense thriller movies. Like keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like I love thrillers. That's my favorite genre. I also like love, going out for coffee, like the little things, right? And for
Sweet Pond.
that's an Indian thing. Yeah, like it's like
Okay.
a refresher. They call it pan, but I guess in
She
English,
has one sweet pond every other day.
well, because there's this new Indian place that opened up just walking distance from where I live. It's in the plaza, so they have these Indian things. It's vegetarian, by the way. They don't have any meat, and they have the Indian teas, which I really like. Like they have what's called masala tea, which is I don't know if you've ever had one, if you've heard of one, but it's like a spice in the tea. It's an Indian tea, and they do it like it has like a kick in it, but not that it's strong. I mean, you can have sugar in it, of course, which I always have sugar.
I never drink tea, and I love these teas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay.
I've had Bengal. Bengal is Bengal tea the same type of thing?
I haven't heard of Bengal tea. I'm not sure.
What's Bengal tea? What's that?
It's a tea that I bought. I had it at a friend's place, and then I bought it. It's like herbal tea, and it's called Bengal Spice, and it's just to die for. It's even
See, this is the blessing. Look at the contribution. It was totally worth my time to do this background here, because I am going to find that tea and I will have to try it. Never heard of it. Thank you. God bless.
Well, thank you.
There you go. Yeah, I haven't heard of it. That's interesting. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they have ginger tea, and then I love these because could only get a pan if if you're driving to a specific store that makes them, which is not every day, right? So sometimes my mom would go there. If I would go with them, I was like, "Can you get me a pan?" Right? And that would maybe be like once a month or whatever, not even. But now it's like I can have it every other day or every day if I want, because it's just literally walking distance. So when I saw they have pan, I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. Right? Yeah.
That's great.
So it's a nice place. You can even sit in there if you want or take out. But it's literally like less than 5 minute walk. So
is that in Toronto?
No, it's in Brampton.
Oh, Brampton. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in Brampton.
Where are you from, Janice?
I'm from Oakville.
Oh, awesome. I thought you were going to say like San Diego or something.
No.
Excellent. You're nearby. I bet you'll be over here at some point. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be neat. That would be cool. Nice. Yeah. Oh, not too far. You're not like abroad where you have to take a plane to get here. So
no, definitely.
yeah, you're local. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of knew that from your Facebook page that yeah, you were local.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what else that's not your, the passion or anything does your heart desire to talk about or you want me to know about you? To know
Mhm.
to know about you. Or ask me a question, whatever you like.
Okay.
Keeping it real.
Um, what? Okay, let me ask you a question. Um, what is something that you totally love? Like something that for you is like, you know, a
I
passion that has,
totally
yeah.
yeah, which is not really going into my passions. I
Well,
would
I'm going to jump in here because I
yeah,
can see that it has integrity. I think the format rules are now changing.
okay.
She loves what? Just say it. Roller coasters. That's what you wanted to say.
I didn't think of that. But yeah, I like roller coasters. Like I said, edge of your seat. I would go on the fastest roller coaster if I had a chance.
Wow.
Didn't get to this summer, right? Because everything going on, but it's all perfect. Feel like things happen for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will come,
So
right?
if it isn't roller coasters, how would you have answered her question?
Um, Interestingly enough, or weirdly enough, I just love to feel and just be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, I'd say like life. I know, like they say, there's no such thing as perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but they could be. Who knows, right? That's what we make of it, I think. But I think for me, life would just be even more perfect. And I should say more, not that it's, more perfect, that I just know that, my family's healthy and happy, I'm happy, and there's just no immediate worry or like, scarcity about anything, that I'm
Mm-hmm.
just, free doing whatever I love to do
Yeah.
and constantly just having something to look forward to, with not having to worry, what if this happens? What if that happens? Right?
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
being free and happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
doing
that's
things
the
we
best way.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what life is about, right? Being happy, being feeling that life is so good, life is so you know, peaceful. It's about peace. It's about
Yeah.
having, the ability to just wake up every day and say, I am blessed.
Mm.
I am truly blessed and have gratitude. That's the important thing, having gratitude for everything in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, how would you answer your own question for yourself? Well, you asked me.
um, what was the question again?
Yeah. What's the question is, what, how do you phrase it?
Something about what do you love, or did I miss a question?
Oh,
Yeah,
but
what do you
yeah.
absolutely love to do or love? Something like that. Yeah, along the lines
That
of
isn't promoting a cause or like business or self-serving agenda, even if it's a noble agenda.
Okay. What do I love? I love
besides dancing, besides food.
besides dancing, yeah. Um, well, I do love yoga. I do love that. Um, um, of course, meditation. I find that meditation is just very healing. Um, my cat. um, yeah, my family. My family's really important to me. Um,
Hmm.
I have three sisters, and just recently we lost her mom in at Easter time, and it's been a hard road, but we have each other, so we're getting through it.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I feel very very lucky that I am so close to my sisters. It's great.
Hmm. Do your sisters live like close here? Are they local as
Yeah,
well?
I have one in Burlington and then two in the Niagara area.
Oh, okay. Right. So the three of you are close. That's good to have that close connection.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any family here?
Well, yeah, my parents, my grandmother. I have, my dad's couple of my dad's sisters and a couple of cousins. I mean, we don't see each other every day, but they're here. I don't have any siblings, so I'm an
No.
only child. Grew up as an only child.
Yeah. My son grew up as an only child too. I have a son. He's 26 right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he live close to you as well, or?
Yeah, he lives in Stony Creek. He lives with his father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a good relationship with my ex-husband, which is really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
What do you love most about your ex-husband, and what do you love most about your son?
Okay. Okay, let's start with my son. What I love most about my son is that he has a soft heart. He doesn't like to show it all the time, and he makes fun of me a lot when I'm when I'm like very emotional. I'm a very emotional person, so he likes
Mm,
to make fun of me a lot when I'm emotional. But he's really got a real funny sense of humor. It's very dry, and it's something that you're not expecting, and it just comes out. And he'll have me like on the floor laughing because, it's so kind of unexpected and so yeah, yeah, unexpected and funny.
mm,
And when it comes to my ex-husband, I've been lucky enough to have a man that is very mature. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, but the fact that we can still be good friends and we can still communicate, and we've never had any difficulties when it comes to my son. Um, and I'm actually going on Sunday. I'm going to his mom's house for Thanksgiving dinner. So there you go.
oh, that's amazing. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome when you can just, maintain that healthy, good relationship, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. It's a healthy relationship, and a
Yeah.
lot of people should try it because it works so much better than all the fighting and arguing and all the you know things that people do to each other to hurt each other.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't. I think like you love peace. I think everyone's just on their own journey and depends on the factors and the
Mhm.
you know, different things going on, right? So,
Yeah,
but it's amazing that can really be an example of maintaining that healthy relationship when you can get to that point.
yeah. Well,
And yes,
it's
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 not
a
with,
two-way street. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying, right? I
yeah,
mean, I could want that, but the other person could totally, make it difficult or hard or whatever, right?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so I think it's like everyone is on that journey with that. But yeah, yeah. So you celebrate Thanksgiving every year?
Yeah, I do. I'm tonight I'm going to my sister's, and then
Mm,
on Sunday I'm going to my ex-mother-in-law. So yeah,
yeah.
I get to get two dinners out of it.
Too, yeah, yeah. But I don't know. This may be a bit ignorant. Like, can you eat turkey? Is that if you're vegetarian? I don't know. Do
Um,
you eat turkey for? Do you have turkey for Thanksgiving normally?
Yeah, that would be a little, yeah.
Well,
Ignorant might be the right word. I don't know.
um, I will kind of go with a flow. I may that like there's so many other things to eat that I may not, indulge
yeah.
in the turkey, but there's all the other fixings that go along with it, right?
So I think what I'm getting here is that, correct me if I'm wrong, vegetarians don't eat meat?
No, no, they don't.
I
Funny guy.
Yeah. Scott's entertaining. Well, you speak of, your son. He makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Like, and Scott always says it. Like, I find him so. Even when he's not trying to be entertaining, he'll just make me laugh because, and that is whether it's by on purpose or not. Because in the past, going through, I haven't laughed a lot, right? And sometimes he'll
Mhm.
just make me laugh, and I'll not even know that he's trying to make me laugh,
Yeah.
right? Just to
That's
get a
always
crack
good.
out of me, right? Like they say, laughter is really good for the soul. So,
It is. It definitely is. Yeah.
right? What's so talk about food. Do you have like a sweet tooth? Do you like sweet things?
I'm not really that big into sweet things.
No?
I do like chocolate, dark chocolate. That's
Mm,
probably one of the things that is a
mm,
weakness for me. And I may not have any for a while, but once I start,
mm,
like if I have a dark chocolate bar in the fridge, I'll probably eat half of it, and then not touch it again for maybe about a month or so. But yeah, dark chocolate is probably my weakness.
dark chocolate. Yeah, probably the healthiest kind of chocolate. If you were
Mm-hmm.
to love chocolate, it's probably might as well be dark. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is actually supposed to be very good for you.
If you
Yeah.
could only ask God one question,
Yeah.
what could that question possibly be?
Oh boy. um, Jeez. Um, wow. Well, I de- I guess my question would be is why is the world the way it is, and why are people the way they are? But I kind of know the answer to that one. It's everybody has their own path. Everybody has a free
Mm,
will. And so they make the choices that they do. And so I know people have said, well, if there is a God, then why is it that, the world is in such a state that it is? But, everyone has free will to do what it is in this world that they've come here to do. So, um, yeah. What about
mm.
you? What would you ask God?
Me, myself? Wow, that's a good question Scott threw out there.
Yeah.
Reflect on that. That's God. I haven't really thought about that besides personal things, but sometimes when they just come up, whether if I'm going through a challenge, I wish I could just talk to God and ask Him what's the right direction to take, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but I think generally what I'd ask God will come to me right now is, um, hmm. Well, if anything, I'm not saying that this would be my question, but what's coming to me right now is there anything like, if we do something that go maybe this is a bit more of I don't know if this is a question, but trying to make into a question, if we do something that we feel goes against, whether it's, oh, that's wrong or that's not good or that's selfish,
Hmm.
that goes the social norms or whatever, be there for your family, you got to do this, or you got to, sacrifice whatever, our brains we grew up with, many of us or some of us or whatever.
Right.
So if you don't do what you think you should do or what you think God thinks you should do, is that kind of the question? The
Yeah,
question?
along the lines. I wasn't sure how to form that into a question, but yeah, thanks. I just helped clear. So yeah, if you don't really follow, like do that all the time, like if you just do, even though I know the answer to this for myself, I think if anything, since the question came up to us, if you just do what makes you happy, whether it's selfish or not, for yourself, is
Hmm.
that the bad thing? Is that a wrong thing?
I don't think it is. I don't
Yeah.
think it
Like I
is at
said, I
all.
think I already know the answer to it, but if there were
Yeah.
a question, I would want to know God's answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my answer would be, as I listen to you, is like, you know what I'd ask him? What happens when we die, really?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting question.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of a deep, I would say, meaningful question you put out there, Scott, to really have us think.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your, just curious, Janice, what are some of, or what's your greatest fear in life?
Not accomplishing what I want to in this life.
Mm,
I guess, as I age, I think, wow, there's so much more that I need to do, and I kind of need to get on it. I need to really start doing in this life what I've come here to do, that I'm supposed to be, that I feel I'm supposed to be doing, and not
mm,
and not doing it.
mm.
How about you?